Okay, so you just got home from work. You're starving and you're so tired, and you don't necessarily feel like eating out. Well, you came to the right page. I'm going to show you how to make my quick and easy homemade beef and cheese enchiladas along with Spanish rice, also homemade. So stay tuned, you're gonna absolutely love it. Okay, now let's get started. First you'll need cilantro, 1 onion, 1 carrot, and a lime. Next you'll need corn tortillas, cheese, any type of cheese that you like. We have rice, chili powder, ground beef, chicken stock, and seasonings. I'll also be putting the ingredients in the comment box as well. Then you're going to cut your onion in half. And you're going to blend it. Half of it's going to be for your rice, and the other half is going to be for your ground beef. So you just grind it up in your blender. You can cut it into pieces. Now we're going to season your ground beef. You can also use ground turkey or veggie beef if you like to. We have salt, pepper, Lawry's. I use that on everything. I love Lawry's seasoning salt, minced garlic, paprika, chili powder, and we're going to use oil as well. Now we're going to take a little of the minced garlic and the crushed onions we did a little bit earlier, and we're going to saute that in about 3 teaspoons of oil, and just get that on medium-high heat, because we're going to start preparing the ground beef in just a second. So just make sure that's stirred very well and nice and brown. Now we're going to be adding the ground beef into the onion and garlic mixture with the seasonings that we had earlier, and make sure that's stirred very well. Next you're going to stir your ground beef until it's golden brown. You can tell when it's done when there's no more pinkish in the pan. If you need to drain some oil out, you can do that as well. I had to drain some oil, so you don't want it to be too oily, you don't want it to be too dry. So just make sure that's stirred very well. Make sure you rinse the top of the cans of enchilada sauce off, and you're gonna heat that on medium-high heat and just warm up the sauce. You can add seasonings too if you like to season that as well. Okay, what I did here was just add my cheddar cheese, the shredded cheddar cheese, in the ground beef mixture. This is optional. You can just do ground beef if you'd like. Okay, next you're gonna take like 2 corn tortillas and put them in about maybe 2 inches of oil just to get them soft. You don't want them to get crispy. You want them to be soft so that they're easy to handle when you're wrapping the enchiladas. So just do 2 at a time, and I use the whole bag. You can use 2 bags just depending on how much you want to make. You also want to make sure that you put a little of the enchilada sauce on the bottom of the pan. Okay, so this is the messy part. What you're gonna do is dip the corn tortilla in the enchilada sauce, and then you're gonna fill it with the meat and cheese, and then you're just gonna roll it up. Make sure you put enough ground beef so that it's nice and meaty. You don't want it to be a skimpy enchilada. And you're gonna continue doing this until you actually fill the pan. Okay, so now that the tedious part is done, your enchiladas should look like this so far. They're all ready to go. Then you're gonna add your sauce on there. It gets a little messy, guys, but don't worry, we'll be cleaning that up shortly. But yeah, make sure they're very saucy. You don't want dry enchiladas, so the more sauce, the better. So after you put your sauce in the pan, you're gonna sprinkle all your cheeses, whatever cheeses that you like, over the enchiladas with all the sauce, and sometimes I put olives, but today I put cilantro, fresh cilantro. You can use olives, any type. Okay, so now that that's baking, we are going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil or vegetable oil to a saucepan, and we're going to saute the onions and carrots that we minced earlier, along with some garlic. Make sure that's nice and sauteed. Make sure it's nice and brown. And we're going to go ahead and saute that, and we're going to add 1 cup of rice. And you're going to brown that as well. If you're making it for a larger amount of people or your family, you can add 2 cups of rice. Remember to add 4 cups of water if you're going to be doing that. So now that we've sauteed the rice, we're going to be adding 2 cups of chicken stock. I love chicken stock. I don't use anything else other than chicken stock in pretty much everything I use chicken stock. We'll get to why I use chicken stock and everything in another video. But you're gonna just pour the 2 cups of chicken stock in the rice. Make sure you give it a good stir. And we're gonna let that simmer and then bring it down to a low heat. We're also, let's not forget to add some lime, and we're going to add lime and bay leaf as well. Do not forget the bay leaf. The bay leaf is what gives it flavor. So we're going to be doing that, and then you're going to put the top over it and let that simmer down. Okay, so I had a little cooking drama, so I did have to switch pans. It happens, guys. So I did switch pans, but I put the top on for 20 minutes, and the rice came out delectable, soft, just so tasty. It's so delicious, guys. And there you have it, beef enchiladas and Spanish rice. It was so good, you guys. I had to cut a whole piece out. Anyways, it was so delicious. I hope you guys try the recipe. Like and comment below. Thanks for watching.